A shocking declaration from a U.S. ambassador has thrown Nigeria into the global spotlight, with explosive claims that the nation is facing an existential crisis. The alarm centers on the rising wave of religiously motivated violence, particularly against Christians in the country. What was once a largely underreported issue has now sparked international concern, prompting calls for action and accountability. The situation on the ground in Nigeria is grim. Reports indicate that more than 7,000 Christians have been killed just this year alone. In the broader scope, an estimated 125,000 Christians have been murdered since 2009, with over 19,000 churches attacked or destroyed during the same period. These attacks, many allege, are not random acts of violence but part of a growing campaign by radical Islamist factions. The United States is now officially sounding the alarm. Former President Donald Trump recently issued a stern warning to the Nigerian government. He made it clear that if Nigeria continues to allow the systematic targeting of Christians, the U.S. would immediately halt all aid and could even consider military action. Trump's message was reinforced by the U.S. State Department's decision to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. This classification opens a way for sanctions and strategic pressure on the Nigerian government to protect vulnerable groups. U.S. Ambassador to the Holy See, Brian Birch, added further weight to the claims in an exclusive interview. He stressed the fact that Christians in Nigeria are being slaughtered by the thousands, sometimes hundreds in a single day. Birch declared that this violence is being driven by radical Islamist extremists and that the Nigerian government has a moral and legal responsibility to defend its citizens. The ambassador also made it clear that the United States will not continue to support or fund a government that allows religious persecution to run unchecked. The U.S. has provided over $550 million in aid to Nigeria in the coming year alone, in addition to $346 million in approved weapons and military support. Now, that aid is being threatened. The U.S. maintains that all international assistance should be tied to the protection of fundamental human rights, including religious freedom. The U.S. is now demanding assurance from the Nigerian government that it will take decisive steps to protect Christians and other religious minorities in the country. The Vatican has also responded. Pope Francis spoke out after a brutal massacre earlier in the year where several hundred people were killed in a single day. The Pope called for prayer and peace, but it is clear from the Vatican statements that religious freedom is a paramount concern. While there is acknowledgement that the conflict in Nigeria has multiple causes, including poverty, land disputes, and corruption, it is also clear that Christians are being targeted specifically because of their faith. What happens next could reshape Nigeria's global standing. The international community is now paying attention, and the call for action are becoming louder and more urgent. Will Nigeria rise to the moment and protect its citizens, or will it face increasing isolation and perhaps intervention on the world stage? As the situation unfolds, one thing is clear. The world is watching, and silence is no longer an option.